It's the super clash between Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. Of course, this is the biggest game on the Ghanaian football calendar, and anytime these two most glamorous clubs in Ghana meet, it's always epic. Today, we have what promises to be another intriguing encounter between these two ongoing at the GhanaWeb Sports Stadium, and we are seated to bring you the live commentary on GhanaWeb TV. The game has already started, and before I don't want to waste much time, let me run through the lineup of both teams. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko in goal is Ibrahim Danlad, who is in goal for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now, the back line, Augustine Japan starts at the right side for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. On the left is John Tedeku. In the heart of defense is Yusuf Mubarak and Sharif Mohammed, who will be pairing in the heart of defense for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Now in the middle, Captain Richard Buadu Agadas, who will be leading the team this afternoon at the GhanaWeb Sports Stadium, sits at the base of the midfield together with Enoch Morrison and then Ivorian Serge Zezi. Now up front, Kotoko, coach Zedu Zebu has chosen Stephen Mokwala to lead the line for Kumasi Asante Kotoko alongside Wonder Kid, Isaac Opon and Stephen Amankuna. So this is Kumasi Asante Kotoko's lineup who have started the game already. We played 2 minutes and the game is still barring no goals yet at the GhanaWeb Sports Stadium. Now for Hearts of Oak, Richmond Ayi gets the nod ahead of Richard Atta and the other goalkeeper, which is Richmond Ayi rather, who gets the nod in Hearts of Oak goal. Yakubu Zakari replaces Mohammed Al Hassan, who has suffered an injury, and he pairs Kunadu Yadom at the back line, and at the right side. On the left side rather, Dennis Nkrumah Kosa, who operates from the left side. In midfield, we have Eric Eso alongside Isaac Mensah and Junior Kaba, or Suraj Seidu rather, who will be completing the three-man midfield for Accra Hearts of Oak. Now up front will be Junior Kaba, who will be leading the line alongside Kojo Obin Jr. and then Glasson Awaku, who hoping the Hearts of Oak will get their first win of the season. Kumasi Asante Kotoko are into the game from the backdrop of losing shockingly to RC Kadiogo in the CAF Champions League, losing 3-1 on penalty shootout after their tie ended 1-0. So Kadiogo eliminated Kotoko here at the GhanaWeb Sports Stadium last weekend. This is their first game of the new season 2022-2023 Ghana Premier League season, and they are hoping to kickstart their title defense season with a win. Hearts of Oak, on the other hand, this is their third game of the season, and they are yet to record their first 3 points in the season so far. Their first game ended in a 1-0 defeat to Aduana Stars, and their second game ended in a 1-0 draw against neighbors Great Olympics. So today they will be hoping to grab their first 3 points at enemy territory. My name is Emmanuel Enin, and today I'm doing this with senior journalist at GhanaWeb and our special guest Jones, who will also join me, and then we do the live commentary right from the GhanaWeb Sports Stadium. So straight into the game, Kotoko playing from right to left with Hearts of Oak attacking from the opposite direction. Goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim grabs the ball from a corner kick. The ball with now Kotoko on the move. Stephen Amankuna gets past his marker but loses possession to Hearts of Oak. Kotoko in possession now with Isaac Opon. Isaac Opon with a strike. Richmond Ayi up to the task, parries the ball. It's a corner for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kotoko making great incursions. The first attempt on goal by Isaac Opon. That was an audacious effort by goalkeeper Richmond Ayi. Match the effort with an excellent save. It's a corner for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, the home side. 5 minutes into the game, Kotoko 0, Accra Hearts of Oak 0.
I think prior to the game, Hearts of Oak were the more confident one, but the early minutes showed that Kotoko are taking the game to the Phobians and want to get their first goal as early as possible in order to come the situation at the Barbara Sports Stadium?
Yes, the situation at Barbara Sports Stadium, it's not pleasing at all because the club failed to qualify to the playoff rounds in a CAF Champions League. So the players would want to make amends against Accra Hearts of Oak and win.
He's a foreign coach, and trust me, he's here to feel the pressure of the Kumasi people. And losing at home was a no. And so trust me, there's pressure on Kotoko. They have to redeem themselves. And you can look at the stadium. The fans are not so much there because this is the biggest game where we should see our fans there, and then they are not even here. That tells you that they are sad. So Kotoko, they need to redeem themselves in this game.
Of course, the turn-up at Barbara Sports Stadium is not encouraging. Looking at the profile of the game, this is the biggest game in Ghana football, and the turn-up is not encouraging at all. Hearts of Oak in possession, now with Suraj Seidu, Junior Kaba. Kaba finds Glassina Wako, now with Konadu Yadom. Yadom at the center circle. Hearts of Oak on the move. Hearts of Oak. Now with Suraj Seidu finds Glassina Wako. Awako, good build-up by Hearts of Oak. Suraj Seidu goes down. Referee is having nothing of it. Now Kotoko breaks on the counter.
I think choosing referee Selom Yaubles for this game has been a good decision. The last time he officiated this game, it was a drawn game, and he's a disciplined man, a very young man. So for me, I believe that he is going to help calm this game and show some cards. You could see that before the game began, he actually went to both coaches. He spoke to them, and I'm sure he was trying to let them know that they should allow him to do his job. So let's allow Selom Yaubles to do his job, and I believe that we'll have a good result at the end.
Of course, referee Selom Yaubles, he is experienced in terms of Ghana football, and this is the second El Clasico game or Super Clash. This is the second time he's taking charge of the Super Clash. So we've seen it all in terms of the biggest game in Ghana. Free kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko on the left side. Quickly effected, John Tedeku. John Tedeku finds Isaac Opon. He's been brought down, and referee whistles for a free kick. This is the 113th meeting between Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. And Hearts of Oak have won 38 times. And Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they've also won 37 times. So it's a close contest between the two teams.
As I said, Coach Selom Yaubles is a very disciplined man. So trust me, I think that was not a yellow card foul, but trust me, for him, if you go too much, you get the yellow card. So first yellow card of the game for Zachary of Hearts of Oak.
Zachary Yakubu, who came into the lineup replacing Mohamed Al Hassan, goes into the referee's book, and he is the first player to pick up the yellow card in this game. Throwing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko on the left side. John Tedeku will effect the throw. Sends in a long one, looking for Richard Boadu, but Hearts of Oak, they've cleared their lines. Hearts of Oak in possession. John Tedeku recover possession for Kotoko. Beautiful turn by Richard Boadu Agadas finds Tedeku. Tedeku couldn't weave his way through three Hearts of Oak men. Loses possession. The ball rolls out for a throw. Eric Eso, this is his first appearance in Hearts of Oak Kotoko fixture. Perez Eric Eso, how do you see his signing?
I think so far he's been in the first two games that he's played for Hearts of Oak. He's been okay for them. You would look at the scores and say that, okay, because they lost one and drew one, he might not be good. But I think if you watch him carefully, he's been a standout so far for Accra Hearts of Oak. This is a big occasion for him to show that he's indeed worth the hype of being one of the best defensive midfielders in the Ghana Premier League.
Of course, Eric Eso is not the only debutant in this game. Kotoko have about 3 or 4 players who are playing their first Super Clash. The likes of Sharif Mohammed and John Tedeku, Ivorian Serge Zeze, they are all making their first bow in terms of their Super Clash. Kotoko on the move. Now with Stephen Amankuna. Stephen Amankuna against Dennis Corsa, and Dennis Corsa gets the better of Stephen Amankuna. Balls rolls out. It's a corner kick to Kotoko.
It is going to be a tough battle on that left defensive side of Accra Kotoko. Dennis Corsa, very, very experienced, one-time Black Star participant. So I think it is going to be very difficult. But then I believe that Accra Kotoko are going to miss the services of Barnier. His absence is going to do a lot of harm for them, trust me, in this game.
Hearts of Oak are playing without their key man, Daniel Efriye Barnier. He's been a decider for them in terms of this fixture. Corner kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Serge Zezi, he sends in a long cross. Konadu Yadom clears the lines with a brilliant header. Finds Kojo Obin Jr. Long one to Junior Kaba. Beautiful control. Junior Kaba sets up. Glass in our on the right hand side. Swings in a long one into the penalty box. Finds Isaac Mensah. Isaac Mensah brings the ball down. He tries a 1-2 play with Kojo Obin Jr., but they lose his possession. Now with Stephen Amankuna. Stephen Amankuna attacking for Kotoko. Stephen Amankuna on the left hand side. Diagonal ball looking for Isaac Opon. Beautiful control by the young chap. Isaac Opon. Isaac Opon. Isaac Opon still trying to go past his marker, but finally the ball rolls out. Isaac Opon.
There was an opportunity for Hearts of Oak, especially from Glasgow, to put a good cross into the box. He ballooned one that went way over the ball. I think from the early play, Hearts of Oak will be happy to sit and hit on the counter. When you have such chances, you need the players like Glasgow, who is more experienced, to take care of this chance. And on this occasion, he failed to prevent it.
Of the Ghana Premier League, and this is not the only game in session. We have about 5 games, including a Super Clash, making 6 ongoing, and at the Doma Ajiman Bedu Stadium, Mediana Stars 0, Samatex 0. In the game, Stars 0, Bechem United 0, but Karela are up by 1 goal. So those are the matches, or these are the matches in session as far as the match day 3 Ghana Premier League is concerned. Back to the Opera Sports Stadium, Hearts of Oak is possession. Now it's Konadu Yadom. Yadom to the right hand side finds Akari to Junior Kaba, making his debut, full debut for Hearts of Oak. Kaba sends the ball back to Konadu Yadom to partner in crime, Kaliba Mankwa. Amankwa to Awaku. Hearts of Oak with a beautiful build-up now with Isaac Mensah. Mensah finds Kojo Obin Jr. with a shot. Kojo Obin Jr. finds the side net. That was close. This has been the closest Hearts of Oak have come in this game.
Hearts of Oak are going to come into the game slowly. You could see that they have a certain way they want to play. They have a certain pattern of football that they want to exhibit here. And trust me, if Kotoko don't take care, if they don't take their early chances that we've seen, the slight chances that we've seen in the early first half, Accra Kotoko will punish it.
15 minutes into the game, and Hearts of Oak looks superior to Kotoko, dominating possession, creating the biggest opportunities in this game. And here they come again with Kojo Obin Jr. sensing a cross, but you see Mubarak clears the lines for Kotoko, attacking throw to Hearts of Oak.
The ease with which Hearts of Oak made their way into the Kotoko half is quite worrying, because it looks like the defensive lineup, the defensive midfield of Kotoko is not showing the defense line well. So it's easier for the likes of Awako and the Obin Jr. to get behind the defender. So on this occasion, I feel that Kojo Obin Jr. could have done more. Just allow him flow. They just call him with your right. That would have been a great chance for Hearts of Oak. But gradually, they are getting into the game, and I think as the game wears on, we could see the best from Coach Samuel Bodu's side.
Kotoko moving forward now with Stephen Mokwala. Mokwala tried to put through Isaac Opon. He was brought down by Eric Eso, and referee Yao Bless whistles for a free kick in a dangerous area.
Not too sure that was a free kick. I think that the Kotoko player bought it, and the referee allowed it.
I think that it was a good foul. It was a good foul. Trust me. Would have got the ball, and you could see that he was clearly going for the ball. So he actually held his hand. So for me, it's a foul. For me, it's a foul.
Kotoko win a free kick around the 18-yard box, and the players are having a discussion as to who will effect the free kick. Glasnawako goes down on the pitch. It seems the Hearts of Oak midfielder has suffered an injury, and if Glasnawako is to be substituted, it means Hearts of Oak will struggle a little bit in the midfield.
They will struggle because, of course, we know his capabilities, we know what he can do, but thank God he's back up on his feet. If he goes out of this game, trust me, it will be a long day for Hearts of Oak.
But how has Glasnawako been?
It's difficult to judge because, I mean, he came with so much hype. There was so much fury around him. We all thought that he was going to go to Hearts of Oak and become the main man for the club. Unfortunately, that hasn't panned out. There's been a couple of good games. There have been a couple of bad runs. Overall, maybe he's been average.
Free kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Let's see if we will get a breakthrough in this game. And Captain Richmond Ayi directing his four-man wall. Behind the ball for Kotoko is Yusuf Mubarak. Free kick in a very good position for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Referee whistles, and Yusuf Mubarak went for the power. That was Stephen Amankonarada. He went for the power, and his ball took a deflection of the Hearts of Oak wall. Corner to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kotoko win a corner from the free kick. 18 minutes played, still nothing to separate the two sides. Hearts of Oak living dangerously in their penalty area. Finally, they clear their lines. Yusuf Mubarak retains possession for Kotoko, but Hearts of Oak once again.
That will always be the plan. To play Kotoko on the counter, find spaces, and score easy goals. But I think that the positioning of the players of Hearts of Oak will be very key to this because and the hold-up play, if they are not able to hold up the play for other players to come in so that they can play Kotoko on the counter, it will be very difficult for them to actually map out that plan.
So far, the game been highly intense, I think.
The standard has been fairly okay. For Hearts Kotoko game, you would expect more, but hey, this is what they got to offer, so we just have to do it. But the Hearts of Oak regular standard and Hearts Kotoko regular standard, this is way below. But
is it because we have many new faces in the team?
We can't discount the fact that both teams are lacking quality. You know, there are certain players who would have maybe sent the quality of the game a notch higher who are not here. A free Ebania will give you an extra. If a Tuga was around, he will give you something. So we can't also take away from overall in the general context of local Ghanaian football. It's bereft of quality now, and that's what it's manifesting on our television.
So at the Barbera Sports Stadium, there's still no goals, but if you go to the dance park in Bibiani Gold Stars, they've taken the lead against last season's first runner-up, Bechem United. So Bibiani Gold Stars are up by 1 goal. Goal courtesy Michael Enu, formerly of Ashanti Gold. So Michael Enu has given Bibiani Gold Stars the lead at the dance park. Game resumes at the Barbera Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak in possession. Konadu Yadom finds his goalkeeper Richmond Ayi. Ayi to left-hand side, returns the ball to Konadu Yadom, 40 pass, hands the ball over to Kotoko. Kotoko in possession, Serge Zezi. Looking for John Tedeku. John Tedeku motoring forward. Can he get past Isaac Mensah, but he loses possession? Kotoko, Hearts of Oak on the move with Yakubu Zakari. Yakubu to Awako. Awako sends in a long one. Hearts of Oak back in possession. Glasnawako fouled. Referee Yao Bless. Yes, he's giving the foul, and Richard Bodu seems furious with the referee's call.
A lot of fouls in this game so far, 21 minutes, and a lot of misplaced passes, and that comes to say what Perez said, that see, the quality has been bad, the quality has been down. It's high time we actually work on getting a system. It's high time we actually work on making our teams better, because Kadiogo, losing to Kadiogo was a no. I don't even understand how and why Kotoko could even lose that game. So for me, as Perez said, the quality has been down, and we need to really look at what we need to do to bring our game up in the Ghana Premier League.
Of course, this being the biggest game in the country, and how the game has been so far, yes, both teams lack quality. Kotoko, they began their build-up from the back, now with Isaac Mensah to Sharif Mohammed, now with Yusuf Mubarak. Mubarak gets past Gladson Awako. Mubarak gives the ball away. Dennis Kosa, he wins a throw, but referee Al Bled says the throw should go in favor of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. "22 minutes played so far, Hearts of Oak 0, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0. Coach Samuel Boadu is working on eggshells because some Phobia fans are not happy with their results recently.
I mean, when you open a season with 2 games and 1 point, I mean, it's a cause for worry. And already there are rumors that Coach Dr. Ogum is lacking in the background and could take over from him if things do not improve. Bodu has not been popular with Hartman. We don't have to hide that. He survived long because he has a close bond with the fans of Accra, and that's what has kept him so far. If the supporters take away that support, that love from him, he will be gone. So the earlier the performance improves, the better it will be for him and his assistant coach.
Hearts of Oak 0, Kotoko 0, Babara Sports Stadium, match day 3, Ghana Premier League. Jones, how would you assess Seydou Zebo so far?
See, I don't know. On the flip side, someone actually said that he's a former, but see, losing to his own countrymen, I think he's from Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso.
From Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
And then, so for us, when Kadiogo we actually paired with Kotoko, we felt that it was going to be an easy game because this is a coach that knows this side. And you lose to people from your side. How can you even beat people that you don't know? So for me, I'm not impressed with him at all. And listening to his interviews, even in this game, I think with the start, the pressure on the players have actually shown that yes, they need to score goals, they need to make incursions. But then we've not actually seen a lot from Kotoko that would actually say that this is Coach Zebo's style of play or anything from him at all. So for me, it's a nana, and trust me, Kotoko, they would sack you right now. I think very soon we might see that happen.
Dennis Kosa goes into the referee's books, and he is now the second Hearts of Oak player to be yellow carded in this game. Kotoko almost got the opener.
What was goalkeeper?
But Richmond IE did his sweeper's job very well.
I think he could have just grabbed the ball with his hand because he had a lot of space.
No, the ball wasn't in the penalty box. Yeah. So it was a good option to go with the header.
It was actually in the box.
It was in the box.
It was in the box. There was a lot of space for him to actually grab the ball. And this comes to say our goalkeepers. Ghana, we need to learn a lot. You could even see that in the recent, I think, Ghana, Brazil. I don't know. Indeed, we have to go and ship goalkeepers somewhere.
Not only goalkeepers, our league lack quality.
Yes, we lack quality, but that's a basic football skill. And your defender is trying to block up the man. Now, there's pressure on his team. Another defender has a yellow card. And it will go a long way to affect the team. Hearts
of Oak should be careful. 2 players yellow carded already. And we've played just about 25 minutes out of the 90 minutes. Free kick to Kotoko in a good position. This time, Richard Boadu will fancy. Richard Boadu poorly taking free kick, and Hearts of Oak clear their line. Kotoko back in possession with Eric Zezi. Finds John Tedeku, sends in a long one to Stephen Amankuna. Beautiful control, but referee says Stephen Amankuna is offside. He's been flagged offside. Kotoko so far trying to expose Hearts of Oak's backline with long balls. But Hearts of Oak, they've been smart enough with their defensive line, playing Kotoko's attackers offside. Hearts of Oak start a new build-up. Konedu Yadov sends in a long one, but the ball goes out for a throw. FIFA Law 15 will be effected by John Tedeku of Asante Kotoko. He finds Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak wins a throw. 27 minutes played so far. And still there's nothing to separate the two sides. It's been a difficult game. The game is lacking opportunities. It's been a midfield game so far. Hearts of Oak. Now with Caleb Amankwa. Amankwa finds Konedu Yadom to Yakubu Zakari. Zakari to Suraj Seidu. Suraj Seidu back to Caleb Amankwa. Now with Yakubu Zakari. Glancing Awako. Beautiful pass, but they lose his possession. Kotoko. Hearts of Oak, here they come. Dennis Kosa. Dennis Kosa beats Isaac Opon, sends in a beautiful cross. But there's nobody to connect Dennis Kosa's cross from the left-hand side.
There was nothing beautiful about that cross. It was a very terrible cross. I mean, there was nothing beautiful about it. He had time to plan the cross. He had enough time to execute it. But some way, somehow, he chose the worst of all the options available.
You beat a during our
Kotoko have a player down. Serge Zesdi. Kotoko on the break, and Stephen Amankuna again. He's been flagged offside. They've been smart enough with their defensive organization offside in favor of Hearts of Oak. 29 minutes played so far. There are still no goals in this game. But if you go to Doma, the Ghana Stars are down by 1-0. Samates. They've taken the lead against Ghana Stars in Doma. Samates, new boys, they are doing wonders.
Football is a respecter of no team or no person. And if you play good football, trust me, you make the result. So I think it should also be around the 30-minute mark. It is early days yet. Let's see what happens at the end of 90 minutes.
So far, out of the 6 games ongoing in match day 3, there are only 3 centers yet to record a goal. Hearts of Oak Kotoko game, Kotoku Royals in Swatreman, and then RTU Legon Cities. These are the 3 games that we are yet to record a goal. Hearts of Oak on a move, long search and pass. Kotoko, they've defended brilliantly. Danlad Ibrahim gives the ball away to Hearts of Oak. They win a throw. Hearts of Oak win a throw. Dennis Kosa. Throw into Hearts of Oak. 30 minutes played so far. Referee says it's a free kick, rather. Now with the ball with Glasnawako. He sends in a beautiful cross. Hey, can I make it? Glasnawako, that was a good cross. looking for Isaac Mensah, but he couldn't control the ball and do the needful. Kotoko wins a goal kick.
I think the second half would actually decide this game because both teams have actually not mapped out what they really want to do, and then we'll also see that this is where the danger is coming in from. So the second half would actually win this game. So let's wait for the second half. Maybe we might see the introduction of Samuel Linku and some other players from the bench of Kotoko as well.
Yeah, the first half has been very slow and
4 passes.
Both teams giving away the ball cheaply. Had to focus on the move with Suraj Saidu. Suraj Saidu now with Glass Awako. Awako back to Saidu. Saidu by John Tereku. That was Richard Boadu Agaras. Great recovery by Richard Boadu. The ball goes out for a corner. Corner kick to Hearts of Oak. Richard Boadu. Richard Boadu has taken over the captain's armband after the departure of Abdul Ganiu. Corner kick to Hearts of Oak. It will be effected by Dennis Corsa. "32 minutes played so far." Corner kick to Hearts of Oak. And the Kotoko defense are keeping an eye on Konedu Yadom, who scored from a corner last weekend. Dennis Corsa's cross couldn't find any Hearts of Oak player as Kotoko clears their line for a throw-in, attacking throw to Hearts of Oak.
We actually need to work on our set pieces in Ghana. For the fact that we also talk about defending set pieces, we also need to work on our set pieces in Ghana. At least some brilliant play. We've come of age, you know. Just not try and send the ball in, boo, boo, boo. No, we should try and learn a pattern of play. But well, it also depends on the coach and the system that he wants to deploy. But I think that it's of age now that we actually need to work on getting goals from set pieces, because when you watch a lot of this good football that we watch in Europe, trust me, people take time to learn set pieces and then get goals from there. So we need to work on that in the Ghana Premier League.
Of course, we need to work on our set pieces. Hearts of Oak in possession with Glasson Awako. Awako with a long pass looking for Yakubu Zakari. Zakari with a one-time cross, but that was poor. Very poor, and Kotoko cleared their line. Hearts of Oak back in possession with Konedu Yadom. Konedu Yadom, another poor ball. The ball goes out for a goal kick.
I like how Hearts of Oak progressed the ball from defense to midfield. The problem is from midfield to attack. They seem to have a plan, flight via the wings and cutting. But whenever it gets to the latter stages of the pitch, then there is either a faulty pass or some poor ball, some poor pass or cross.
But passing should be the basic thing for a player. Finding your player.
Passing in the opponent head requires some intelligence, requires some patience, and not all players are able to master that.
Both teams are giving away possession easily, and Kotoko on the move. Isaac upon lost his foot over there, but he wins a throw for Kotoko. Ball with Serge Zezi. Zezi placing a brilliant through ball to Stephen Mukwala. Back to Isaac Opon. Isaac Opon blasts the ball away. Goal kick for Hearts of Oak.
I mean, that was a great pass to Mukwala. I thought that maybe, even though the angle was tight, but he could have tried it with his left foot and, you know, just give the goalkeeper some reason to be cautious. But you just bring it back and upon to Charlie.
There comes to say that they missed the services of their Cameroonian
Mbella.
Yes, trust me, in that position there, you would have gone for goal and probably would have seen a save from the goalkeeper or even a goal.
Kotoko gradually warming themselves into the game. Kotoko in possession. Serge Zezi sends in a teasing ball. Stephen Makwala. The assistant referee has his flag up for offside. That was a brilliant pass.
Very sweet ball.
Teasing ball from Serge Zezi, the Ivorian international, finding Stephen Makwala, but unfortunately for the Ugandan, he was offside. Hearts of Oak in possession, Gladson Awako. Everything seems to be going through Gladson Awako. He seems to be the system for Hearts of Oak. Gladson Awako in possession finds Eric Eso. Eric Eso back to Gladson Awako. Awako sends in a long one looking for Isaac Mensah. But Kotoko wins possession. Danlad Ibrahim. Danlad Ibrahim sends the ball to right hand side. Augustine Ejapong. Ghana and a 20 player motoring forward finds his captain Richard Boadu back to Ejapong. Ejapong in possession for Kotoko. Ejapong is by, finds Stephen Makwala. Kotoko, no. Good defending by Hearts of Oak. Kunedu Yadom, he was there in time to block Isaac Opon's square ball. Kotoko back in possession. Hearts of Oak, they have a lot of defending to do. Across Kotoko. But Richmond Ayi pulls a brilliant save to deny Kotoko the opener. Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak have been let off the hook. And Hearts of Oak on the other end with Kojobin Jr. Kojobin Jr. He wins a corner for Hearts of Oak.
I mean, it's a miracle that the scoreline is still 0-0. It should be reading 1-0 Kumasi Asante Kotoko. That how?
That, it was a brilliant, for me it was a good defensive work by the Hearts of Oak backline.
Yeah, good defensive work.
And the goalkeeper Richmond Ayi, this occasion, I think he did very well. He first parried the cross and then he was in time to block Isaac Ejapong's rebound. So I think Hearts of Oak did very well over there. Corner kick to Hearts of Oak, 38 minutes played so far, still nothing to separate the two sides at the Barbarian Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak 0, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0. This is the Super Clash Ghana Premier League match day 3. And it seems the Hearts of Oak fans are dominating for me, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they look it seems there are many in the stadium than Asante
Kotoko fans are at home, but they are pissed off and not happy with their team's recent performance. So, it is telling in the stadium right about now. So, well, let's see how the game goes. And for me, once again, we need to really take put our set pieces together in full focus. Really
Glasnow swings in across, looking for Kunedu Yadom.
Another
but
corner.
Serge Zezi, the Ivorian, got his head to it, and the ball rolls out for a throw-in, attacking throw to Hearts of Oak. Yakubu Zakari. He was a surprising name in the lineup. Many were expecting Samuel Nkum or Fatau Mohammed. But coach Samuel Boadu opted for the young chap instead of the experienced Samuel Nkum, who started the last 2 games for the Phobians. Kotoko on a break with Isaac Opon. Isaac Opon up against Zakari. Swings in the ball to the far side. He finds Augustine at Japan. Poor cross by Augustine.
I think it all began with Isaac Opon's. I think he took too many touches. He was caught indecisiveness because he didn't know whether to shoot or whether to cut in or what exactly to do with the ball. So you could see clearly from here that he didn't know what he wanted to do, and that allowed Hearts of Oak to come back and cover their tracks.
With Isaac Opon's cross, sometimes you wonder how such players are playing in the top tier league in Ghana.
Talk less of playing for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
see, trust me, someone would see this game if not for the tag that it is the Ghana Premier League or Asante Kotoko or Hearts of Oak. You didn't think it's a Division 3 game or something, and trust me, again, this is the level that people want us to invest in. This is the level that people want us to talk about. And if we can't see good football that you watch and clap your hands, you watch it, see the opponent and be like, wow, this is good football. Then trust me, we have a long way to go.
How do you even make a case for them in terms of Black Stars collapse?
Exactly.
Hearts of Oak will make their first substitution of the game. Enoch Esubonting replaces Isaac Mensah. Enoch Esubonting, the former Wafa player. Hearts of Oak, another substitution. Abdul Fattah Mohammed. Fattah Mohammed also replaces Yakubu Zakari. He is on a yellow card, so yeah, I think it's a good substitution.
3 minutes to the end of the first half, unless the coach wants to make a statement substitution. I don't see the reason why he should, unless the player is actually not feeling fine. But I don't see the reason why he should be taken off. Well, he's the coach; he knows what's best. And let's see. I don't know if the goalkeeper is also going. Okay, Fattah is in, so he's not a captain.
So Fattah has been handed the captain's armband. He is the captain for Hearts of Oak. Game resumes. Hearts of Oak in possession. Junior Kaba to Gladson Awako. Sends in a cross. Hearts of Oak. But goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim did very well to clear the lines for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Hearts of Oak comes again with Kwajo Obin Jr. Obin Jr. tries an audacious effort. By his shot takes a deflection, and it's a corner for Hearts of Oak. Corner kick to Hearts of Oak. 2 minutes left on the clock. Enoch Esubonting swings in the corner. Yakubu Mubarak Yusuf rather clears the lines and win a free kick for Asante Kotoko. George Mfege, he is on the bench today. He has started the last 2 games for Kotoko in the CAF Champions League, but today he is on the bench. Now the news is that Samates are up by 2 goals in Doma. Samates are leading by 2-0 at the Doma Nana Ajiman Badu Park.
I mean, that would be an upset, a huge one, because you know the Ajiman Badu Park is a fortress. It's for a new club to go there and get a 2-0 win against Aduana Stars. It's a place that even the likes of Kotoko Hearts of Oak rarely survives. It's for some actors to go all the way there to get a 2-0 win. Of course, it's the first half, but it's a huge upset in the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, it's a good statement for them.
And I can see that you're happy.
Oh, Samates, yes, some of us, yeah, we are their sympathizers, so we should be happy, of course. And former Kumasi Asante Kotoko player Emmanuel Kayeke, he is on the score sheet for Samates. He scored the opener. The 45 minutes are up, and we will do 2 minutes of additional time at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Still no goals separating the 2 sides. Hearts of Oak 0, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0. If you ask me to summarize the first half, I would say it has been below par.
Yeah, very
way below expectation.
Very bad. Yeah. Not the level we expected. Not the level that Kotoko fans would actually close from church and go pay 20 cedis, 10 cedis to go and watch watch this. I think last season was better than this, but there's a second half to behold. So, of course, the commentators cares. We wait for the second half. Let's see what comes in the second half.
Hearts of Oak in possession. Enoch Esubonting Yusuf Mubarak, he intercepts and the ball rolls out for a throw in. Heart of Oak quickly effects the throw. Ball with Fatal Mohammed. Fatal Mohammed sends in a long cross, but Kotoko clears the alliance. Ball with Serge Zezi, sends in a long pass looking for Stephen Mokwala Dise. Stephen Mokwala couldn't go past Caleb Amankwa, and he wins a corner for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Again, he could have tried a shot there. He was in the box. His position and space. Trust me, a lot of people have scored from that angle, but well, good defending from the defense line of Accra.
Corner kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. It will be affected by Stephen Amankuna. He swings in the ball, but Caleb Amankwa and referee Salam Yao Bless brings the first half to a close, and the opening half ends with no goals. Heart of Oak 0, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 0. Your first half submission.
Trust me, we've seen Accra Heart of Oak come into this game. They won't play from the back, and they've done that so well perfectly. They get to the midfield, the ball returns back, they start all over again. You see Kotoko first 15 minutes, first 20 minutes, they wanted to make it good incursions because, of course, pressure is on them. A lot of people have been talking about them. So for me, this first half, Kotoko should thank their stars because they should be the happy side because there's a lot of pressure on them, and they came out having considered no goal. But the second half will come in, and we are going to see which team has would stand the test of time, because any goal, trust me, any goal in the second half, I don't see any other team trying to get an equalizer in the second half. You know, when probably you score in the 60th, 70th minute, it's very difficult because a lot of we've seen little chances created in the first half. So the first half, not a bad game, but below par, and we actually need to work. Our coaches actually need to work. I don't know if probably it's the pitch. You know.
So for this one, you can't complain about the pitch. The pitch looks okay.
Really?
Yeah. Perez, you were saying that the game will end in a draw, and it seems it's going your way.
Yeah, because it's been boring. It's been stupid. There's been no life in the game. You watch it as a fan, and but for work purpose, I don't think any of us would waste with time watching it because the football has been uninspiring, and it's sad because this game should be the premium content for Ghana football. Yeah. It's not a Black Stars. When you want to measure the success of Ghana football, you measure it with the standard of play of Accra Heart of Oak, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But that gives you an idea of where our football is now. And the first half has been terrible. Kotoko, yes, they tried to do a few things. Accra Heart of Oak as well, but overall, it's been a terrible game.
So overall, it's been a terrible first half by both sides, and the first half ended goalless. Hopefully, the second half will be more lively, and we'll get more to talk about. Now to the other centers, and the Aduana Stars are down by 2-0, and in BBN Gold Stars are leading by 1-0 at halftime. In BBN Karela United are up by 2-0 against Dreams FC. So Dau Rafranik, he has a lot to do in the second half. Kotoko Royals, I mean, but Dreams FC, they've not been bad. They've won their first 2 games. Yes. But away against Karela, being down by 2-0, I think it's no news.
Yeah. It is not bad for a start. 6 points, but as a team, usually when you start with a good run, you want to continue, So by losing today 2-0, it's not bad. 3 games, 6 points, it's not bad at all. It seems
Bismarck Kobe said.
For that agenda we're doing against Rafran, it's not good. Someone's coach will be calling him
Ignatius.
But he said he was going to prepare a team that no one would love to face.
Yeah, and so his team are losing at halftime.
Fair is that I think when you cross the Ankobra River, it's difficult for you to come back with 3 points. Once you cross it, these days the Galamsey have spoiled the river, but still, once you cross
you are from Izema, so you can give us
So once you cross the river, we'll still give it to you. So at least they'll get another one in the second half. 3-0, then Karela will be safe.
Okay. So Karela leading at halftime, 2-0 against Dreams FC. Kotoko Royals and in Swatreman's game, that game is also barren, 0-0. Royal Tamale United 0, Legon Cities 0. That's the 6 games ongoing in match day 3 of the Ghana Premier League. Yesterday at the Accra Sports Stadium, Great Olympics won by 1-0 against Kempfizer, who have lost all their first 3 games of the new season, and it seems things are not going well for Alhaji Bruce's team. At the Wabera Sports Stadium, we are still waiting for a goal, and the first half ended barren 0-0. We will be back for the second half. Welcome back from the break, and we are still live. Ghana Premier League match, Day 3 super clash between Asante Kotoko and Hearts of Oak. The second half will be underway soon. The first half ended 0-0 and many were not, impressed with the game, and they are hoping that the second half will be a different story altogether. Jones, how are you anticipating the second half to be, or what's your expectation for the second half?
For Accra to Folk, we've seen 2 substitutions already from the coach. I don't think it was due to injury. Statement substitutions. Let's see what he wants to do in the second half. We might see someone coming, but this game is on the head of Coach Zevo. The pressure is on him. If he loses this game, a lot of Kotoko, trust me, a lot of Kotoko fans are currently watching us right now. I'm hoping they don't want to go to the stadium. They want to know what's happening. If they lose this game, they can't sleep. They can't eat food. and the pressure goes straight to the coach. So if Accra to Folk lose, Accra to Folk also, they are yet to win a game. You have just a point so far, and it is bad for the 3 games. 1 point will be very bad. But the pressure would be on Kotoko to come out of this game with something. So I think, the coach needs to make some substitutions. But with what I've seen, I don't even know what to tell you to correct.
How they are even playing
exactly
the system they are playing.
Accra need to work on their counter very well. If they really want to get a goal from that, they need to work on it. And again, our set pieces, it is very bad. Almost 8 corners. We don't have a shot of target from any of the corners, and that tells you that we actually need to work on our corners and set pieces. So for me, for Accra to Folk, they need to work on their transition from the counter attack, and then Kotoko themselves. We need to see some substitutions coming. The poor passes and then over elaboration and indecisiveness has been too much. So if they work on that, we might see a goal, because I don't see 2 or more goals in this game at all.
Okay. Where is the second half?
Well, I think hopefully there will be an improvement on what we've seen so far. I feel like Kumasi and Asante, as he said, have a lot to lose in this game, especially for their coach. So in the dressing room, I'm sure he'll be telling the guys that, hey, my job is on the line, so you need to go out there.
But between Zebo and Samuel Bodu, whose job is on the line?
Both of them. I think they are both in hot water. But Samuel Bodu can buy some time, because he will say, I went away and I lost. It's only if you lose away to Kumasi and Asante, it's a huge problem. But when you lose on the trot at Kumasi as an Asante Kotoko coach, that will most definitely mark the end of your reign. So the pressure for me is on Kumasi and Asante Kotoko to get something out of this. Can they do it? I think they've shown that they can. It depends on their laterals. I feel they've been over elaborate, they've been a bit wasteful. The likes of Japan on the other guy on the
John Tedeku.
On John Tedeku get it right, and good crosses in the box. Maybe the strikers can pounce on them and get something working for them. So I expect an improved performance, especially from Kumasi Asante. For Hearts of Folk, if you see the plan is to sit, soak, and identify when the opportunity arises, and through Wako launch an attack. That has been effective. The only problem has been the last bit of the play. If they're able to get that right, so maybe you might see a goal or 2.
Junior Kaba so far.
I loved him in the first 2 minutes where Hearts of Oak were defending. I think he did well with the hold-up play. Whenever he had the ball, his back against the wall, he did quite well. Earned them a couple of free kicks. I said that you can't blame him so much, because most of the Hearts of Oak haven't really created a clear-cut chance that he's wasted. I can't say, because he didn't score that goal, he's wasteful or he's that bad. Based on what I've seen so far, I think he's been fairly okay. You can't criticize him so much, you can't praise him so much. If he gets the chances and he flags them, then you have reasons to call him out for not being good enough.
Jones, for Junior Kaba, this is his first start for Hearts of Oak. Yeah. But on the other side, you have Stephen Mokwala, who is in to replace Frank Etuga and Bella. And we all know the season Etuga had for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Looking at Stephen Mokwala, how good has he been?
He has huge, big shoes to fill. Yeah. Because we've seen what his predecessor has done. Okay. And see, what we've seen in this game so far, I don't feel that he is an out-and-out striker. I don't actually know him, not actually seen him play that much. And I don't feel that he's an out-and-out striker that we can actually come out and say that, oh, okay, this guy, this is what he does. But I feel that his decision-making has not been key. And for, why do I keep forgetting his name?
Mbella.
From Mbella, you could see that he uses both feet to score, and at tight angles he tries to get the keeper unaware. But for our big man here, we've not seen that so far. And trust me, Kotoko fans would forgive you.
Yeah.
They don't care who you are. You lash out.
But this is his third game, so
yeah.
he should be settling.
Yes, and he's not actually played a big game. He does. You know that. Trust me, Kotoko fans, if they win this game now, they would forgive. They would forgive Kotoko for losing to Kadiogo and all those things. But then, so this is a game to redeem their image, and this is a game for Mukwala to redeem himself in this game as well. For me, it has not been a bad performance, but then we've actually not seen the danger in him for Kotoko to go all over there to get him. You have to see why they actually went all over there to get him.
Back to you, Perez. Jones was saying that this game, Kotoko can redeem their image from the Kadiogo loss with a win this game. But do you think a win for Kotoko today will buy, or a defeat for Kotoko today will buy Nana Amponsa a time?
A defeat, the thing with Nana Amponsa is that when you analyze it, it's quite difficult because he's got a board that is divided, he's got a fan base that's divided, okay. And even from reports from Kotoko close, even within the players, the playing body itself, they are divided on pro-Nana Amponsa and anti-Nana Amponsa lines. So it depends on which of the side has the more power. Is it the part that supports him, or it's the part that's against him? We know clearly that he has issues with the board chairman. The board chairman could not fire him because Kotoko were getting the result by winning the league last year. If the poor results continue, and if you lose against Hearts of Oak today, already the pressure has been piling from that defeat to Kadiogo. If you lose against Hearts of Oak in Kumasi in a space of 7 days, that could mark the end of Nana Amponsa's reign at Asante Kotoko.
Okay, so a defeat for Kotoko at the Barbara Sports Stadium, according to Perez, will mark the end of Nana Amponsa, who is the CEO of the club, and he is into his third season. This is his final year as the CEO for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Of course, he's done enough getting sponsorship for the team and all that, but the results on the pitch seems not to be going his way, and his job is in danger. We are back for the second half, and the game is already underway. This time, Kotoko is playing from left to right. Hearts of Oak is also playing from the opposite direction with in their white jerseys and yellow shorts. Hearts of Oak in possession with Konadu Yadom. Konadu Yadom fouls Isaac upon, and Kotoko wins the first free kick of the second half.
I want to mention that Hearts of Oak are actually playing a 3-back system, okay. And the shape looks not quite well, but then you see that it's a 3-back, and then with the wing backs, Kosa and now Fatao himself trying to get the crosses in. So if they're actually going to play a 3-back, which they are already doing, then it means that they have to allow the wingers to try and get more spaces, find the spaces, and then Awako tries to find them on the wings. But then that has not actually happened. Just a few times we've seen them come forward with the cross. So I don't know if they actually know how to play the 3-back system. That's my point. I don't know if they actually know how to play the 3-back system.
Hearts of Oak in possession with Junior Kaba. That was Kojo Obi Junior rather, but he loses possession to Kotoko. Ball with Augustin Ejapon. Augustin Ejapon sends in a long one. Now with Serge Zezi. Earlier, Isaac Opon went down, and referee Salom Yao Bless waved play on. There was a shout for a penalty. Two minutes played into the second half. Hearts of Oak on the move with Kojobin Jr. sends in a lovely cross, but Danlad Ibrahim grabs the ball.
That was a poor cross. Why? 1-on-1.
But it wasn't a poor cross.
You beat your marker. You're in the box. Wait for options to come. You see that the defender was close to his
Junior cover.
Yes, it was close to junior cover, and you send the ball in. That's bad. Trust me. If we see this type of game for the next 10 minutes, I'm sure the referee is going to call both captains. Charlie, guys, what are you playing? Because at this stage, yeah.
Kotoko in possession with John Tedeku. John Tedeku finds Enoch Morrison. Morrison to Isaac Japan. Isaac Japan loses possession. Now with Kojo Abin Jr., he flicks on the ball, but gives the ball away to Mubarak Yusuf, who couldn't find Stephen Amankuna with his pass, and the ball rolls out for a throw for Hearts of Oak. Kotoko.
Someone says that the day Amankuna learns to keep things simple, that's the day he will settle at Kotoko.
Stephen Amankuna, this is his second season for Kumasi Asante Kotoko after joining from Brecum Chelsea. He had a good season for Chelsea. He ended the season as their top scorer with 10 goals and then secured a transfer move to Kotoko, but he's yet to establish himself in the red colours. Hearts of Oak on the move, Junior Kaba. Kaba finds Suraj Seidu. Suraj Seidu is being brought down by Richard Boadu and referee Yao Bless. That was Enoch Subonterada. He wins a free kick at the middle of the park for Hearts of Oak. Richard Boadu Agadas. Very aggressive defensive midfielder, good on the ball. Hearts of Oak in possession. Suraj Seidu sends the ball back to Kunedu Yadom. Kunedu Yadom was looking for Glasina Wako, but the ball goes out for a throw. Kotoko effects the throw, loses possession to Hearts of Oak. Glasina Wako to Dennis Kosa. Dennis Kosa sent in a cross, but Mubarak Yusuf. Kotoko with a chance. Stephen Mokwala, 1 against 2. Mokwala! Who? Mokwala couldn't find a target from close range. Shocking.
That was his chance.
Mokwala up against 2 Hearts of Oak defenders. Managed to find space, but his final delivery was very poor and he couldn't force the goalkeeper into making a save.
That was his chance, see, but again, poor defending from number 4 shirted man. What's his name? Zakari?
Konedu Yadom.
Konedu Yadom. You can't do that in a big game like this. No, you can't do that. You are playing people's hearts, playing people's emotions. But then, of course, Bukwala, this was a chance to write his name in the good books of the fans of Kotoko, and he missed it. And
Hearts of Oak on the move, a shot. Danlad Ibrahim up to the task, makes a good save. Kotoko now on the move with Augustine Japan. Japan gives the ball away to Hearts of Oak. Japan recovers possession. Augustine Japan finds Isaac Mensah. Isaac Mensah sends in a teasing ball by Stephen Mokwala. Mokwala lost the tussle to Konedu Yadom. Hearts of Oak on the move. Suraj Seidu loses possession. Kotoko takes over. A long searching pass, but to nobody, in particular goalkeeper Richmond Ayi. Kotoko 0, Hearts of Oak 0, 52 minutes played. in this game, and the second half seems to be a bit lively, and the game is turning up bit by bit. Stephen Mokwala finds Augustine Ejapon with a cross, poor one. Straight into the waiting arms of goalkeeper Richmond Ayi. Stephen Mokwala against RC Kadiogo. He had numerous opportunities and he couldn't make the most of any of them. Today, he's had about 2 or 3 chances that he could have, given Kotoko the first goal, but still the game is barren.
Kotoko are lacking the captain. They are lacking that player who turns half chances into goals, who turns chances into half chances, like Etuga was doing for them. So I don't know who in the rounds can do that, but that clearly, because you look at some of the chances that they've got, especially in this second half, and if they had any good striker, they would have converted at least one of them and gotten themselves in the lead. So they are getting the chances. Let's see if they'll be able to convert them and get the opener.
Penalty claim from Kotoko. you know them and their penalty claims. But as I said, I think referee Selomi Albles, he has handled this game so well, and the pressure is on. You know the referees. I think they go through training for this kind of games. The pressure will be on you, and he has handled this game well. But the second half has risen to the occasion. You've seen end-to-end action, and Kotoko themselves, they have been. They played on the high. They actually want to let us know that this is what we want. We want the 3 points from this game, but no goals yet.
The second half looks a bit okay now. Hearts of Oak in possession with Dennis Kosa. Finds Eric Eso. There is a Kotoko player on the field. Ghana Premier League match day 3. Adriana Stars, they've pulled one back. So it's 2-1 at Doma. Adriana 1, Samates 2. Legon Cities have taken the lead against RTU in Tamale. So far, this is how the scorelines looks like. Adriana 1, Samates 2 in Doma. Hearts of Oak 0, Kotoko 0, Bibiani Gold Stars 1, Bechem United 0, Karela United 2, Dreams FC 0, Kotoku Royal 0, in Swatreman 0, RTU 0, Legon Cities 1. Back to the Barbara Sports Stadium, attacking throw for Hearts of Oak, a long throw in, but Kotoko, they've defended very well. The ball goes out for a goal kick. 55 minutes played, still no goals at the Barbara Sports Stadium. The Super Clash is on. It's been an end-to-end stuff in the second half. Konedu Yado. Stephen Mokwala DC wins a free kick for Kotoko. At the left-hand side of Hearts of Oak's defense. It's a good area. Let's see if Kotoko can break the deadlock from this free kick. Augustine Ejapon is behind the ball. Augustine Ejapon is behind the ball for Kotoko. Augustine Ejapon. Augustine Ejapon sends in a low cross and goal! Yusuf Mubarak has scored from a training ground routine free kick by Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Augustine Ejapon, instead of sending in a long cross, he laid it to a free Richard Boadu, who powered one into the 18 box and found Yusuf Mubarak.
That's what I was talking about. If you can't work on your set pieces and then it will go along with to affect you. I think they listened to me, and then it was as he said, it was from the training ground. He found a man on the edge of the box. The shot comes in, goalkeeper spills it, and the rebound is taken. Beautiful goal from Kotoko. Now
Yusuf
the true colors of
Mubarak scores from the rebound for Kotoko, and Kotoko have taken the lead at the Barbera Sports Stadium against Hearts of Oak. In the last 4 meetings between the two sides in the league, it's been no side have won more than 1 goal in the last 4 games.
I always say that for Hearts Kotoko matches, whenever I'm active, I always say that whoever scores first will not lose. And I think Kumasi Asante Kotoko will not lose this game.
Kotoko seems to be on their way to grabbing all the 3 points at home, starting their title defense season on a good note.
You can trust the Kotoko fans who are at home now to pick Uber and drop and start moving to the stadium, because if the moment they hear that at least their team is up by a goal, trust me, they will troop in to at least tease their fans who came all the way from Accra.
Kotoko are up by a goal. They've taken the lead, and I think they deserve the lead because they've been the better side in the second half.
Of course, they deserve it, and they actually showed that, you know, football is about who wants it more, and they actually showed us that they actually wanted it more, and the set piece was brilliant. It was very brilliant. I think it took the Hearts of Oak defense by surprise. Yeah. They left the man on the box. The shot was beautiful. Goalkeeper spilled it. I don't know. I think he would have done better than that, but it's one of those things. And now the Hearts fans, they are silent as an Italian cemetery.
The Hearts of Oak fans are silent, and in the VIP box, I think the Hearts of Oak, some of Hearts of Oak board members don't look happy at all. Alhaji Akambi just came in the shot, and Alhaji Akambi's face wasn't encouraging at all. The look on his face, very disappointing. Samuel Boadu, the pressure, as somebody would say, is getting worse. Nicholas Osei-Bonsu replaces Serge Zezi, the Ivorian international. So debutant out, debutant in. Nicholas Osei-Bonsu. This was the player who was receiving fans when he was about to take the penalty. It was him. Yeah, he collected all the fans in the stadium.
Yes, you don't do that. No one does that.
And then misplaced his
I hope he doesn't come to squad don't go. Make matters worse.
So Nicholas Osei-Bonsu is in for his first ever Super Clash game, which is also his league debut for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Hearts of Oak, Suraj Seidu flagged offside. Hearts of Oak, they were looking for an instant reaction. Kumasi Asante Kotoko in possession. Nicholas Opoku, first taste of the game, holds on to possession, finds Isaac Opon to Richard Boadu to Stephen Amankuna. Amankuna loses possession. Hearts of Oak, Glasson Awako loses possession to Isaac Opon with a long ball, looking for Stephen Mukwala. But Mukwala goes down and referee waves play on. Now Hearts of Oak will build from the back with Fatau Mohammed, the captain. Lays it back to Enoch Esubontain. Esubontain to Eric Eso. Eric Eso back to Esubontain. Hearts of Oak. Patience build up. Finds Kojobin Jr. Kujobin Jr. loses possession. Stephen Amankuna takes over for Kotoko. Amankuna gives the ball away to Hearts of Oak. Eric Eso. Glasson Awako. Awako. Suraj said he couldn't control the ball. Kotoko takes over. A long searching pass by Enoch Morrison, but he couldn't find his man as the ball rolls out for a throw.
It is getting to the point where a crowd of folk wouldn't want to go home with no point. They would throw men forward, and throwing men forward would leave spaces behind. And as for Kotoko now, they have the confidence, they have the backing of the fans, they have a goal. What are they going to do now? They're just going to relax for Hearts of Folk to make their mistakes, and then they'll try to play them on the counter and play good football as well.
Kotoko leading by a long goal to 0. Pushing for a second. Now Hearts of Oak in possession.
I think we spoke about the standard of play in the first half, but it's been up a notch in the second half. It's been better in the second half, especially from Kotoko perspective. I think they've upped their game, but Hearts of Oak have not been able to match up with the quality that they are facing from Asante Kotoko. If there is any side that could get a goal, another goal from this game, most likely to be Kotoko, because the tide is in their favor now.
Kotoko, most likely, they will get another in this game after taking the lead through Yusuf Mubarak. Hearts of Oak in possession with Eric Eso. Eso fine Suraj Seidu. Seidu to Esubontain, back to Seidu. But they lose his possession, throw into Kotoko. Kotoko trying to slow the game, wind down the clock, and walk away with a cool 3 points. "64 minutes played so far. Kotoko in the lead, leading by 1 goal to 0. Hearts of Oak now on the move. Enoch Esubontain finds Glasson Awako. Awako puts one through, but straight to goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim. No problem at all for Danlad. John Tedeku for Kotoko. Finds Isaac Ejapon. Ejapon against Fatao. But Kotoko loses possession, but still they've returned the ball. That was a poor pass by Isaac Opon. Hearts of Oak back in possession. Glasson Awako. Awako to Fatao Mohammed. Down on the right-hand side. Fatao Mohammed on his bikes. Fatao Mohammed loses possession to Kotoko. Enoch Morrison finds Nicolas Ousu Ansa. Good through ball by Richmond Ayi. Does the sweeper's job well, and Hearts of Oak win a free kick. 65 minutes played so far. Kotoko lead him by 1 goal to 0. Ghana Premier League match day 3. Super clash.
I think Hearts of Oak will need to take things slow. If they want to rush, because of course they would want to score an equalizer, but you can see that they are hurrying things up, and in that move they tend to lose the ball, and it is not going to go well for them. You could see that with goalkeeper Ayi's clearance that we just saw now. It was a lot of space was created in front for Makwala. If Hearts of Oak don't take care, they might concede the second goal. But then, of course, they need to take their time and then find the space and get a chance and score the equalizer. But in doing so, they need to be wary at the back as well.
Hearts of Oak need to be wary at the back. Free kick for Hearts of Oak. Glasson Awako behind the ball, swings in a long cross by Kotoko. Cleared their line. Stephen Mukwala on a break. 2 against 3. Mukwala finds Isaac Ejapon. Isaac Opon to Stephen Amankuna to Nicolas Ousu.
I mean, that should have been goal number 2 for
Yeah.
Kumasi.
Yeah.
Asante, it was a sweet counter, but just at the final ball, I feel Nicolas Opoku took too many touches. Could have just curled the ball into the far right of the goalkeeper. He chose to cut in until Hartlepool recovered and covered their tracks. But Kotoko are now have switched into third gear. Hartlepool seem not to be able to cope with the pace and the tempo of the game.
Kotoko in full flow. Konedu Yadom denying Kotoko the second goal in the game. Kotoko in possession. Nicolas Owusu lays the ball back to Isaac Opon to his captain, Richard Boadu. Boadu to Stephen Amankuna. Amankuna looking for a Japan, but he wins a throw for Kotoko. Down on the right-hand side. Kotoko quickly effects the throw. Stephen Amankuna. Stephen Amankuna over elaboration sends the ball out for a throw. Heart of Folk in possession. Eric Eso. Yadom. Konedu Yadom.
That's a penalty.
Stephen Amankuna. Stephen Mukwala Rada. He's been brought down by Richmond IE. There's a penalty shout by referee Salome Bless.
Once again, bad passing from the back. Kaleba Mankwa has been caught again. And
It was Yadom.
It was Yadom.
Yeah.
All they say, bad passing from the back from Heart of Oak at the defense.
Heart of Oak living dangerously at the back. Corner kick for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. 69 minutes played so far. Kotoko are in full flow. Corner kick. Enoch Morrison behind the ball. Corner kick to Kotoko. Enoch Morrison. Enoch Morrison sends in a long one, but Dennis Kosa powerfully heads the ball out for a throw. Throwing for Kotoko. At the right side of attack. And Hearts of Oak will have their third change. Junior Kaba. Junior Kaba makes way.
I think Heart of Oak, they've missed Vanier so much. They've missed him so much in this game. And for me, Gladson Awako has he's done the basic things. He has done the basic things,
Yeah.
but not too extraordinary. And I feel that age is catching up with him. Trust me, age is catching up with him. There were instances where he was on the ball and he loses the ball because I think his opponents are much stronger than him. So for me, Accra of Hope, they missed the services of Afriye Banye and Gladson Awako, who we were all expecting to actually be the man of the moment in this game, has not turned up to the party.
Kotoko! Oh, nearly. Kotoko nearly double their lead. But in football terms, nearly is nowhere.
Nearly never kills a bird. I think it was an offside.
It was an offside. So Junior Kaba, he made way for Richard Okine. Hearts of Oak, you need a goal, and you bring in Richard Okine.
Someone says, "You're a man about your back."
Kotoko still in the lead. 71 minutes played so far, and I think the turn-up at the stadium is now encouraging.
Yes, I told you. if you score a goal, trust
You've seen the numbers now.
Yeah.
The fans are in. Richard Boadu in possession for Kotoko. Lays in a through ball looking for Gestine Japan. But Dennis Kosa does well and wins a goal kick for Hearts of Oak.
Hearts of Oak now, it is about salvaging a draw. 72 minutes, getting to the 73rd minute mark. And they know that, see, in just the past 15 minutes, we've not even seen a shot from Accra to Oak. Yeah. It's all about Kotoko.
I mean, they are lucky.
Yeah.
You know, to be only one goal down because
Hearts of Oak on a move, but Kotoko. This time, John Tedeku there at the right time to intercept the ball. Hearts of Oak pushing for the equalizer. Suraj Saidu goes down and wins a free kick for Hearts of Oak at the edge of the box. Good area.
Just like from the Kotoko goal, it was a good area,
yeah.
good advantageous position. So let's see if Hearts can also make something out of this. Or Glasson has already picked up the ball.
Free kick to Hearts of Oak. In a very good position. Hearts of Oak will be looking to get the equalizer from here. Glasson Awako behind the ball for Hearts of Oak. Glasson Awako, Fatau Mohammed, Dennis Kosa, they are all behind the ball. And it seems it will be Glasson Awako. Hearts of Oak, they have 4 men in the penalty box waiting for the in-swing. Free kick to Hearts of Oak. 74 minutes played so far. Glasson Awako wasted effort. Goal kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. He went for the glory and ended up ballooning the ball.
In situations like this, you have like 6 players in the box. Try to find a man. We saw a case where there was a rebound and Kotoko's goal and a goal came out of it. So why would you even go for glory in such?
Kotoko on the move with Sibina Mankona, sends in a long cross by Richmond Ayi.
Hearts of Oak seem to have lost the midfield battle. They can't seem to even put 2-3 passes together. I don't know what Coach Samobodu can do. His changes in the first half appeared not to have caused any change to the game, and it has rather worked in favor of Asante Kotoko.
Kotoko dominating the game so far. They've had the lion's share in terms of possession, and they've been creating some decent opportunities. They are in the lead. We have about 15 minutes to go. Kotoko in possession. Danlad Ibrahim sends in a long one. Dennis Kosa. He finds his goalkeeper, Richard Ayi. Ayi to Eric Eso. Glasson Awako. Long searching pass. But couldn't locate any Hearts of Oak player. And Danlad Ibrahim will pick that one up.
I think it is getting to that point where we might see the introduction of Samuel Nku to inject some pace. Inject some pace into the game. 15 minutes. Samuel Nku can come in. He's a World Cup player. He's been there. He's seen it all because of everything. This is where you bring the experience into the game because it looks like it is all said and done for Accra Folk. So why not bring him on and let him add his experience? Yesterday we saw a man of the match performance from Emmanuel Ajimanbedu. Yes.
Hearts of Oak on a move at goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim. Danlad Ibrahim on the alert. And he grabs the ball for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, sends in a long one, looking for Stephen Amankuna. But Fatau Mohammed heads the ball out for a throw.
Another substitution for Kotoko.
Stephen Amankuna is being substituted for George Mfege. George Ngba Mfege. He is coming on for Stephen Amankuna.
I think Amankuna has had a decent game. There were times when I think he did quite well. There were periods where his decision making let him down. The moments where if a pass went a bit earlier or he took a touch earlier, it could have made things work in favor of Kotoko. Overall, it's been a good performance for him, and he deserves an applause from the faithful side of Abaya Sports Stadium.
So Kotoko's new number 10, George Mfege, is on. He has replaced Stephen Amankuna, and another change, new boy Enoch Morrison, who joined from Kim Faisal, has also made way for Rocky Dramina, another new boy. So Kotoko's team is full of new faces. George Mfege is on for his third Super Clash. He's won 1, drew 1, and lost 1. This is his 4th Super Clash appearance. Hearts of Oak in possession with Dennis Kosa. Brilliant defending by Yusuf Mubarak, protecting his goal. Hearts of Oak retained possession. But Kotoko on the move. Mukwala, he's been brought down, and there's a penalty shout. Referee is having nothing of it. He says play must continue. Glass Nawako, brilliant defending again by Yusuf Mubarak. Hearts of Oak back in possession. Glass Nawako sends in a long one. Sharif Mohammed this time clears the line for Kotoko. Ball back to Hearts of Oak. Inoka Subontain finds Fatau to Suraj Seidu. Back to Inoka Subontain. As Subontain sends in a cross, but Kotoko, they defended very well. Goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim. Was that a penalty?
Trust me.
It was a little push on the back.
Yes. In other circumstances with other referees, that would have been a penalty. With Mike Dean, trust me, Mike Dean would have been that as a penalty. But referee Selov Yaubles, sometimes, you know, these referees, they make decisions when they feel that this game it looks like the game is already going in the favor of Kotoko. He doesn't want to make a decision that probably generates any news. But in another instance, it is a penalty.
I mean, it was obvious.
Yeah.
It was obvious.
Clear.
I mean, to an extent, a very stupid challenge actually from Caleb Amanko, who has had a very poor afternoon. Yeah. You know, that was a clear penalty. There was a shove, there was a push. It was as obvious as any obvious penalty would ever see. I'm surprised the referee decided, or even the linesman could not call him and say, hey, give that. That, if the game turns in another way, Kotoko will mention this as an instance. It will be a huge, topic.
That again comes to say that when are we getting our VAR? At least, probably for the big games like this.
Next season.
If yes.
It will come next season.
Someone was just saying.
Caleb Amankwa, he saw a red card in the opening game against the Diana Stars. Yeah. And he is back for another game. And he almost considered a penalty for Artefuk. Now let me go through the results from other centers, and Diana Stars, they've equalized. Diana Stars 2, Samates 2. Bibiani Gold Stars still holding on to their early lead, leading Bechem United by 1-0. Karela United are leading by 2-0 still. Dreams FC. They are still struggling to find a way back into that game. Kotoko Royals 0 in Swatreman 0. Royal Tamale United are still down by 1-0 against Legon Cities. Back to the Barbara Sports Stadium. We are 8 minutes away from full time, and Asante Kotoko are still leading by 1-0. Dennis Corsa is on a pitch. He seems to be in pain. Dennis Corsa. That was the goal. Augustine Japan finding Richard Boadu at the edge of the box, who sent in a powerful effort that goalkeeper Richmond Ayi could only parry the ball, and he did that, and the ball went into the path of Yusuf Mubarak, who was close to the goal and did not make any mistake. Kotoko in the lead. Hearts of Oak will make their fifth and final change. Benjamin York. Benjamin York has been introduced, formerly of Samatex. Benjamin York. He has replaced Suraj Seidu. 84 minutes played at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Hearts of Oak on the move. Long searching pass. Kojo Obin Jr. But Yusuf Mubarak, brilliant defending by Yusuf. He's doing everything in his power to protect the goal he scored. Corner like kick to Hearts of Oak.
Yeah, in a game like this, I think he'll be up for man of the match because getting a goal and a clean sheet, a probable clean sheet, he's out for man of the match.
Corner kick to Hearts of Oak. Hearts of Oak trying to get the equalizer, but goalkeeper Danlad Ibrahim. Danlad Ibrahim makes a good save, keeping the scoreline intact for Asante Kotoko. Marcia Asante Kotoko, they really need this win. Throwing for Hearts of Oak in their left side defensive area. Dennis Kosa.
Yeah. It is about game management now for Kotoko. They just have to keep cool heads, you know, and try and defend very well, get a 3 points right about now.
Dennis Kosa sends in a long ball, looking for Kojobin Jr., but Mubarak Yusuf clears the lines for Kotoko. A throw. Dennis Kosa quickly effects the throw. Hearts of Oak win a free kick at the edge of the box. Very dangerous area to concede a free kick. Kotoko. Nicholas Osei-Bonsu. He was the culprit. Nicholas Osei-Bonsu. He commits a free kick or a foul at the edge of the Kotoko penalty box. 86 minutes played so far. Hearts of Oak will be looking to equalize from this free kick. Suraj Seidu. Suraj Seidu behind the ball alongside his captain Fatau Mohammed. Dennis Kosa is also behind the ball. Hearts of Oak. Can they equalize from here? Suraj Seidu, goal! And guess who gets the equalizer? the Kumasi-born Caleb Amankwa. He pulls the Phobians level, and look at the green stance, the rainbow colors flying high among the Phobia supporters. Until the bones are indeed rotten, 87th minute, and Hearts of Oak have found the equalizer through Caleb Amankwa, who connected Suraj Saidu's teasing cross into the box from the free kick.
See, to lose, to concede a goal in the 87th minute in this big game, it is better for you to lose. Like, trust me, if you lose 2-0, it is better to concede a goal in the 87th minute and play a draw with Accra support.
See, he was off.
But yeah, it seems Caleb.
It was an obvious offside. I mean, it was a good cross. There was a good connection, but he was off. There were two Hearts of Oak players in offside position, and he was one of them. And this is where the call for VAR heightens. Yeah. You could make an argument for the fact that it's inexpensive to maintain the Ghana Premier League doesn't fetch as much money as you would love to get some of these things. But clearly, Kotoko have been denied. If it ends up that house draw, Kotoko will be denied 3 points because a linesman couldn't see what maybe someone in the VAR room would have seen. But for Hearts of Oak, regardless, whatever happened, Omujo money. I mean, in the end,
yeah, who cares? The Hearts of Oak fans, they found their voices again because their team is back in a game. Hearts of Oak are back in a game, and the game is level pegging. Kotoko 1, Hearts of Oak 1. The game is very lively at the Diambers.
When you are in the league, football has taught us that never try to say probably waste time. You could see it got to a point, goalkeeper Dan Lad was moving the ball around his box, and now it has come to bite him in the face. Now they are level, and
Kozebo looks anxious on the dugout. His team was close to grabbing all the 3 points, but now they will settle for a point.
He will see the true colors of the Kumasi fans, trust me.
Game continues. Hearts of Oak in possession. Richmond I. The 90 minutes are up, and we do 4 minutes of additional time. Kotoko in possession with Nicholas Osebonsu to John Tedeku. John Tedeku progressing the ball calmly. John Tedeku sends in a long cross, but Konedu Yadom intercepts, and now Hearts of Oak are in possession. Benjamin York against two Asante Kotoko defenders, sends in the cross, but Kotoko cleared their lines. Richard Boadu finds Nicholas Osebonsu, who has been brought down by Enoch Esubontain, and referee Salome Albless has awarded Kotoko a free kick.
It is becoming tight and cagey, and blood and tempers are rising.
Out of the 4 minutes added on, we've done 1 minute already. 3 more minutes to go. Hearts of Oak in possession. Suraj Saidu, long searching pass. Kojobe Jr. has been flagged offside. Asante Kotoko 1, Hearts of Oak 1. The second half has been very, very exciting. Kotoko on the move. Now with Isaac Opon finds Stephen Mokwala. Stephen Mokwala couldn't find the targets from a very close range.
That was so close, very close. He would have written his name in the good books of the fans of Asante Kotoko, but I think we are going to settle for a 1-1 draw now.
Stephen Mokwala is still pushing for his first official goal for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in 3 games, and look at the Hearts of Oak fans. Stephen Amankona can't believe his eyes because when he was exiting the pitch, Kotoko were in the lead. And now Hearts of Oak are back in the game, and the game is level pegging. Kotoko in possession with Rocky Jamina. Richmond IE picks up a yellow card for delay. Time wasting. Hearts of Oak on the move. Eric Esau. Esau loses possession. Commits a foul. The 4 minutes added on are almost up. Hearts of Oak are close to winning a point at the Babayara Sports Stadium. And the player goes down for Hearts of Oak. Joe Obin Jr. Now in the last 4 meetings between the two, the first leg, it always ends in a draw.
Yeah.
It always ends in a draw. The last 4 meetings, the first leg ends in a draw. But this is the first time the first leg has seen 2 goals in a game in the last 4 meetings.
I think that's what football does to you. Split second, and you concede a goal, you do a mistake, and it goes against you. You know, I actually said that they need to keep cool heads. They didn't keep that. They didn't do that, and now they've considered a goal. And it will feel like a loss because trust me, you could see that the Hearts fans jubilating, celebrating. You think they are 3-0 up, but it's a 1-1 game, and the Kotoko fans will feel sad because they were very close, but it's football, and every second counts.
The 4 minutes are up, and Kotoko win a corner. This should be the last kick of the game. And Kotoko will have to make the most out of the corner kick. Isaac Opon swings in the corner, but Hearts of Oak clear their lines back to Isaac Opon. He finds Yusuf Mubarak. Yusuf Mubarak goes around his marker, but loses possession, and the ball rolls out for a throw. We've exhausted the 4 minutes of additional time. Salom Yao Bless will blow his whistle any moment from now. Kotoko in possession. Now with Augustine Japon. Augustine Japon finds Nicolas Osebonsu. Osebonsu to Mukwala, to Agadas, but Agadas tried one from distance, couldn't find a target, goal kick to Hearts of Oak. Referee Salom Yao Bless. Goal kick to Hearts of Oak has been effected. Hearts of Oak on the move. Finally, referee Yao Bless has blown his whistle, and the game ends in a draw. Hearts of Oak share the spoils with Kumase Asante Kotoko.
This feels like a win for Accra of Oak, and definitely a loss for Kotoko because they were so close. They played a good football. The second half was very impressive, and they needed a 3 points. They're in a position where they needed 3 points, but it's sad that they couldn't go out with all the 3 points there. Hearts of Oak as well. I think Hearts of Oak as well. This game, the 1-1 draw in these early stages, it might seem that it is good, but in 3 games, 2 points, nah. It's a nah. But then, all the same, pressure on both coaches. Let's see who goes first. And again, we are saying that the quality in the Ghana Premier League needs to go up. we need to find something. I don't know if they have to start coaching school from this. I don't know, but we need to do something about it. Else, every Sunday we pay to watch the English Premier League rather than waste our time. Go to the stadium or sit or stand in the stands to watch Ghana Premier League.
Perez, full time.
You know, normally when you say a game is in two halves, when you talk about one side dominating in the first half and the other, but this game for me was a game in two halves in the sense that it was a first half of boring, uninspiring football, and it was a second half of better and quite lively football, especially from Kumasi and Asante Kotoko, who I feel we feel like this was a big, opportunities that they have missed because they played a better football, especially in the second half, created a better chances, scored a very good goal, and should have won the game if we had a good referee on the day. I think Kotoko should have had at least 2 penalties from this game. There were obvious decisions that did not go their way. Overall, I wasn't impressed with the refereeing by referee Albless, and I'm sure it's going to be one of the talking points of this game. But for Kotoko, for me, I'm sure Coach Zebo will look at this game again, pick out the positive and say, let's move on. For Samuel Bodu, I don't think the defeat will paper over the cracks in the team. The pressure is still going to be on because they did not play well at all. They were lucky that whether the referee was deliberate or by accident, he was on their side, and they managed to steal a point with an offside goal.
Okay, so for Zebo, I think he should be a happy man.
No. It was this close. Trust me. You know the Kotoko fans, they're not going to be happy with this. The board themselves and everyone. Because coming in from Kadiogo, even that one blows our minds. Losing to Kadiogo was a surprise to everyone. And across the folk now. So he had one chance. What was that? He had one job to do. He had a goal. And second half was better. Everyone looks happy.
But they were close.
They were close. Trust
and they
me.
can make a case with the penalty incident and then the offside.
The fans don't care whether you were close or not, and you know the board and everyone. And this is going to put pressure on the players themselves as well. Going into the games ahead, if Kotoko don't win the next 2 games, it's a bye-bye for Coach Zebo. He will pack and baggage, go to the north and then enter Burkina Faso.
Okay, so Perez, is it a good scoreline for Nana Ponsa?
I think it is. I think that the fans may not be happy with the result, but they will look at what they saw, especially in the second half, and say, okay, let's give him and the coach some time and see if they can turn things around. It will still come back to whether they've recovered for the Kadiogo defeat or not, because this particular game, for me, in terms of the performance, was positive for Asante Kotoko. But for terrible officiating, they would have won. So it's how he will control the narrative. And I think he has enough friends in the media to be able to weather some of this, the storm that will come after this game and say, let's focus on the positive. Because this, for me, was an improvement on what I saw last week. And the second half was an improvement on what I saw in the first half, which tells you that they have a coach who perhaps has been working things in the training. He came, barely days before they kicked off their first game, so it will take a bit of time for him to implement his. And his success will lead to the success or otherwise of Nana Yamposa. So he will be happy. He will be sad that they did not pick all the 3 points, but he'll be happy with the overall performance. And I'm sure that with the Kotoko fans as well, who understand that, okay, for now, let's get back behind the team instead of going at the CEO and the management. So
Kotoko in their next game will play in Swatreman. Actually, there are 4 games will be in Swatreman, Kempfizer, Bechem United, and Samates. Per this performance, how do you think they will fare?
On the face of it, I mean, these are teams that we want Kotoko to walk over. But Kempfizer has been historically a boogie side for Asante Kotoko. Last year, I think they did a double over them. Yeah, so and
they won one.
They won one. Kotoko won one. Alaji Guza has a knockoff, getting under the nerves of Kumasi and Asante Kotoko. So it will come in Swatreman, depending on whether it's home or away. If Kotoko are going to
Kotoko will play at home
against Swatreman, then I think it's a down deal for Kumasi and Asante Kotoko. It's a good game for them to implement what they want to do and kick off from there. And I think that's where the project Zebo will start from. If they lose that game,
so if Kotoko loses against Swatreman, it will be a disaster for Coach Zebo. Now, looking at Hearts of Oak's subsequent games, they will play BBN Gold Stars at Accra Sports Stadium before, and then Kotoku Royals away and then they will host Karela United again, or Karela United at the Accra Sports Stadium. So, per their performance so far this season, for 3 games, they've drawn 2-1-1. Going into these 3 games, do you think they can pick up their first win against BBN?
I think it should be the priority. Getting the 3 points should be the priority in those 3 games. Trust me, but it is not going to be easy because we've seen in the Ghana Premier League that teams don't respect, they don't care about you being a big team or not. They don't respect you. They come out at you large. But I think that Coach Samuel Begu, if not sacked during the week, which is not possible, will be sacked in the next 2 games if he doesn't come out convincing, because the performances so far have not been convincing. And, you know, you go into a game and the coach comes out, I don't know, but I think he still lacks a little bit of professionalism. Goes out, he tells us that your team B, you know, I don't know if you would, but he actually came out to say that his team B would beat Kotoko. They can't beat him. And with this performance, you can't even come out to say that. So they still need some professionalism attached to the coaching abilities. So for me, in these next 3 games, if it doesn't come out convincing, if we win 1-0, maybe the penalty or something, trust me, the fans will be convinced, and people like you and I won't be convinced to say that he's the right man to take across the folk to where we want to see them, because Kotoko Hearts, these are our big teams, our 2 big teams, and you know, losing to Kadigo, trust me, I'm sure Kadigo will even beat across the folk with what we've seen so far. And then we can't even come out to say that we are a football nation at all. So for me, the next 3 games, convincing wins for Samuel Boadu. If not, Ojubu, bye-bye.
So Samuel Boadu should steer Hearts of Folk to convincing wins in their next 3 games. Now, let's run through today's results. And 6 games were played in the match day 3 of the Ghana Premier League today. And Hearts of Folk picked up a draw against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Barbara Sports Stadium. The game ending 1-1. At the Doma Ajman Stadium, Aduana Stars 2, Samates 2. So that game also ended in a draw. And BBN Gold Stars picked up their first win of the season over Bechem United, beating them by 1-0. Karela United beat Dreams FC by 2-0. Kotoku Royal 0, Insua 0. Legon Cities also grabbed a win away against Royal Tamale United, beating them by 1-0. So far, 7 games have been played in the match day 3 of the Ghana Premier League. Yesterday, Great Olympics winning by 1-0. Tomorrow, we will wrap up the match day 3 games where Bekum Chelsea will be hosting Mediema at the Golden City Park. Today, we brought you the live commentary of the super clash between Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Folk. The game ended barren. We'll see you next time. My name is Emmanuel Eni.